No, second. No, I goofed up.
You had a long, I mean,
Right. It was
well, we know that you were in the
first
squad.
to the 30, first to the 30, second to 34th. It was 4th Division.
Okay.
So.
Okay, that first excursion out into the jungle. What can you describe what that was like? I mean, so far you've had all this training.
Yeah.
You know, and you're supposed to be looking for all these different things going on. But what about that first night?
Oh, the first night we went out to this where we're flying out to meet our company at, you know. And anyway, you loaded up your rucksack with sea rations, and you had 200 rounds of machine gun ammo you had to carry for the machine gun, plus your own ammo for your rifle, and plus all your you know, toiletries and other things that you had to take, you know. And when I picked that up to try to get up off the bunker, I had a heck of a time getting up at first. It was pretty heavy. But we did make it, and we flew out, about 6 or 7 of us on a helicopter at a time, went out to the company. And I met them, and they introduced, and they put me where I was going to go, where I was the replacement at. And then my first night in the field there, out there, they put me out on LP with 2 other guys.
And LP is what?
As a listening post out in front of the company, you know, probably about 100 yards out or so, you know. And anyway, we were out there. It was kind of raining that night a little bit, and you go out there before dark, and then.
So you're situated.
Well, when you're there, the company has the perimeter. You know, they have bunkers all around, and they have claymore mines set up, and they have trip flares set up out beyond the LP usually. You know, for the warning of the earlier warning. Anyway, you're out there, and we were out there that night. It was my first night in the field, and I was scared to begin with, you know. And anyway, start hearing noises, you know, and there's like 4 LPs out in front of each platoon. There's 4 platoons. And everybody start calling, and they're hearing stuff and seeing stuff, you know. And when you're out there, your eyes get pretty well adjusted at night. Well, then I seen something, you know, and I wasn't sure what it was, you know. And I said, whatever you guys don't shoot at, you know.
Because the enemy can see your flash.
Right,
So.
yeah, they'd see our fire. I said, I'll throw a grenade if it starts coming toward us or something. Well, a little while later, I said, lay back, I threw a grenade, you know. And then we went off, and then they told us to come up, you know, on the radio, get up here, you know, now. And we went up, and the one guy tripped the flare wire off, and that lit up the whole jungle, you know. And the one guy was from West Virginia, he was hillbilly type, you know. And the other guy was from Detroit, Michigan, you know. And the one guy from the hillbilly, he put his helmet over the flare, you know, to cover it so it wouldn't light. Well, then, you know, left it there, and we went up to the company and our platoon. We waited for a while, and everybody else come in, and pretty soon things were okay, and they settled down, sent us back out. And then we went back out there. Well, then the next morning, after we were done with, you know, somebody's always got to stay awake out there, you know. So then the next morning we come back, look around us. Here the jungle was all laid down around us, about knee high. I thought, oh my gosh, I was lucky I didn't hit one of them trees. A grenade come right back on us, you know.
Yeah, it hit you.
Just lucky, you know. And the hillbilly, he picked up his helmet, was all burnt, you know, just black, you know. We laughed. And everybody called me monkey killer after that, you know.
Why?
Because there was a orangutan that was out there moving around that we found.
And it was dead.
It was dead, right.
Now, who would think orangutans? I mean, I wouldn't have thought about that at all. And you know, as I said, you came from Dubuque, Iowa, and here you are in Vietnam, and you are the monkey killer.
Oh, I took a ribbon on that for a long time. You know?
Yeah, I can see why. So that was really one of your first encounters out there. Now, you know, we've been talking about this listening post, but you know, Don, you were trained in mortars. What happened here?
Well, when it got over there, my records didn't follow me, so they just stuck me right in the as a rifleman, you know, in the infantry, because my records weren't with me, and I didn't get paid for the whole time I was over there. I was there for 6 months, you know, and I didn't have no records, so I never got paid. But I never went anywhere. I was always in the field, so I never had to use any money or anything.
No, you're always in the
We're
fields.
always in the field, right.
And so you started earlier. You said some of the things that you did as a rifleman, and so I'd like to go through that again, because you did say that you were helicoptered into an area,
right?
But you actually walked from
that was
then
just
on.
one area, right?
Right. That's what I thought.
Right. Then from there, we'd go to different areas. They'd tell us, you know, where they suspect the enemy was moving, so they'd helicopter us out on Hueys, you know, about 6 or 7 of us get in a helicopter. They fly us several miles away, different parts of the country. And it was always healing, you know. And then we'd get set up there, and we'd work on company size, you know. Then we have 4 platoons, and then we work on squad size, you know. We'd have to go out. Once we got set up there, then we'd have to go out patrols all around the area and look for the suspected enemy, you know.
Well, you said that you were trained in compass, you know,
map
way back.
orientation.
Okay. Who was in a squad? Who was in charge?
The squad leader.
Squad leader was the one who did that.
I became squad leader shortly after I was over there. So
that was your job.
that was my job.
Now tell me, even today, is it easy for you to orient yourself
Yeah.
because of that background?
Oh yeah, yeah. I pretty much know, you know,
Which way you're
which
facing.
way is the sun, which way is north, right?
And I don't.
Right.
I usually say, well, it's at that building. Or
Right.
I think women are like that, though. How about communications then? Did you have one person designated as the radio person?
Yeah, we had per person each platoon with a radio, you know.
Okay, so that
And then
much.
if we went out on patrol, we'd take a radio with us too, so we could radio back to the platoon, you know.
Okay, now you're out in the jungle. I mean, is that an easy trek
No,
there?
no, we'd be out
You know.
there. Like I said, we'd be out there, send us out company sides, and we'd go patrol around the area. Well, you might have to go 3 or 5 miles a day sometime. You'd hump all day through the jungle. It's so thick. And you'd have somebody on point with a machete. You'd have to cut it down for a while till the guy get really tired, and you have to switch point all the time.
Because aren't you at the same time carrying this heavy rucksack?
Right.
And your rifle.
And your rifle, right.
And then you're trying to hack through the jungle. I can see where even if you're in tip-top shape, you can just do that for just so long before you get tired.
Right.
Okay, so then you switch on, off.
Right, right. Then after we get to our position where we would set up for the night, we had to go in and build bunkers, which you do, digging a foxhole and cutting trees down, laying it up and sandbagging, and then cutting a field of fire in front and setting out your flares and your claymore mines out in front and all that. You know, you'd have to do all that, you know.
Okay, you mentioned sea rations, but what about the water?
Oh, that one time there was water. We didn't get a lot of supplies in too often because we were moving around so much. And sometimes I drank water out of a foxhole, and you had to put chlorine tablets in it, right? And then it didn't taste very good. And if you had any tang at all, it'd help if you put it in, make it taste better, you know.
Yeah, it'd be my choice. But you know, you're carrying everything in, so you know, I mean, most of us think of tang in a jar. You know, you don't do that. You don't carry in a big old jar of tang.
It was just little small jars. They weren't very big, you know.
On the
kind
off
of
chance.
personalized ones, you know.
Yeah, but you know, you can just plan so far, you know. And then, you know, you can't plan any further. Let's see, what else did you have to, I'm trying to think of what else. I know that you were there for several days at a time, so at night you do you know, dig a hole and are bunkered in. But how about when the monsoon comes? What did you have to do with that? Constant rain, and how about your mattresses and all that?
It was bad. You issued an air mattress and a poncho liner, but the air mattresses don't last long. They get holes in, so you end up throwing them away. And then all you got is your poncho liner and your poncho, which you set up a hooch, you know, tie two of them together, and you'd sleep inside there, you know. And if during the rain season, it'd be cold, wet, and your poncho liner would be all wet, and the only way you could keep warm is put it up over your head and breathe underneath to get your body heat to warm it up from underneath. And when you wake up in the morning during that rainy season, your hands would be like dishwater hands, you know, just all wrinkled, you know, like you've been soaked for a long time.
So, you know, you're really painting a pretty rough picture of what it was like
Well, then
there, you know, with the monsoon, with the, well, you're out there looking for the enemy and you're looking down.